first we're going to be doing the shading of two complementary colors. So which complementary colors I have chosen are blue, green and purple. But don't worry, you know green and purple are not complementary colors. So first you will be doing one circle with blue and green, one circle with purple and blue, one circle with blue and red that aren't complementary but they look good to each other. They are contrasting colors. And we might try these two. They won't blend this well, these two won't blend as well, but they'll blend okayish as long as you put as much effort into it. So now we're going to start with the blue with green because it's a complementary color. So we're just going to do a small little, you don't have necessarily, what you can do is to learn some shading is draw a few random circles like I have. Use anything. I have used this varnish over here to make the circles, and all you have to do is nicely just color it on scraggly. This is all you just practicing it. I'm going to be showing you me doing two drawings. I'm going to be doing two drawings where I add shadings so you can get a better idea of what it looks like. So I have done just half. So now we're going to grab some green, and what we're going to do is we're just going to start going in from the opposite direction, and what we're going to do is nicely just tie and mix it up a bit. I'm using Staedtler's. You can use any color pencils you want. I use a lot of other brands as well, but I recommend mostly Faber-Castell because that's like the best. That's one of the best brands. So you keep on mixing it, and eventually you should get something looking like this. You're like, wait, it doesn't look so smooth of a bread. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to add some blue, and we're just going to try and blend it out a bit more. And this is one way you can practice your gradient. Okay, so now we're going to do some blue with purple. So now let's start. So I'm going to start with purple first this time. As you can see, I am just roughly coloring it in. Don't worry if it's not in the lines, it's okay, because not always are you going to do a gradient only in circles. You might do it in other things, like maybe you will make a gradient in a square or other shapes, or maybe even a drawing of a girl or a boy. So now what we're going to do is the same thing. We're going to take some blue, and all we're going to do is color in from the opposite direction roughly. Nice. Try and fill up as much as possible, and then now we're just going to blend it. Now we're going to grab the purple again, and we're just going to blend it out a bit more so it looks a bit more natural. So this is one of the ways you can practice blending. So now we're going to do some colors that don't complement each other. They don't mix well together. They're not right next to each other. They are contrasting colors. Like this is a cool tone color, this is a warm tone color. So these two are called contrasting colors. So what we're going to start with is this pink. So I'm just going to start with this pink, and I'm just going to color it. I'm going to color. I'm going to try and fill it in as much as possible. You can do it as roughly as you want. You can just do it on like normal paper as well. I decided to draw these circles just a little bit extra. And trust me, I color way better than this. It's just to show how you can mix contrasting colors. So now what we're going to do is now we're just going to take the blue, and we're going to try and mix it as well as possible. Darken and refine it as much as possible. So now what we're going to do is we're going to just try and we're going to blend it out a bit more. See, we're just going to lighten this all up so it looks a bit more and feels a bit more blended out. See, if you spend a little bit more time on it, then you can make it look like a perfect blend. this is like the best you can this is the best I could do in the short time span. This is with complementary colors. They blend really well. These all are cool tone. This is warm tone mixing with cool tone. This, if you these usually take more time, so I'm not going to make you sit through the whole period. So now let's get to do some drawings. I'm going to be coloring a picture of a strawberry using only complementary colors together. This is the finished product of the strawberry, and as you can see I have only used complementary colors together. I have used a bit of a pinkish red because this is where the lighter side is, and this is where it gets more darker, and the added shadows over here. So the next picture I'm going to do is of a butterfly, and I'm going to use more contrasting colors together rather than using more of the complementary colors together, which are right next to each other on the color wheel.
Snowflakes on my tongue, this time it's the rain. I can feel
final product of the complementary colors. So it looks pretty good. All the colors have blended in wonderfully just because they're complementary colors. Now, here are the contrasting colors. They haven't blended that well. I have done some things off camera, like erasing the lines, and I just filled in the black outline. I didn't do too much off camera, and this is how it looks. It doesn't blend as well, mostly because they aren't complementary colors blended together. So if it were complementary colors, it would look a lot better, but this is the best I could do. It looks pretty rough, but it doesn't look that bad either. So this shows you which of them is easier to blend. I would surely say that the complementary colors are easier to blend, but the contrasting colors looks interesting, and though it takes a lot of time to do and it really hurts your hands. I have a few blisters somewhere, some places, so that's the only thing. There are pros and cons to both, so you can do either. So I'm going to end my video here. Bye.